Hello, everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to Manufactio Nuclear Edition. In between episodes, I've been kind of sitting there messing around, turning a couple of things on and turning a few things off. We are slowly but surely accumulating a little bit of orange research from last time. And I also went ahead and turned on or started producing some of the production yellow research so that we can kind of start doing a little bit more of the other unlockings that we have not touched. Today I'm kind of just sitting here just staring at things, just kind of fixing some stuff. It's the first time in a while that the factory has been running because, well, that when you go to be making this kind of stuff, everything in this whole facility pretty much starts working. So I've been just kind of bouncing between floors and machines and making sure that things are all working correctly, or at least testing a couple things. I went ahead and shut this plastic line off just to make sure that it was working, and of course found some problems down here because the once you go to the level 3 of the I think level 3, yeah, core tier 3 of the chemical plants, they need a little bit more power than what one of these can produce. So of course that's one of those little quick things that you do. But yeah, and I've just been kind of walking around and watching things work, and as I get a couple of things in here like those, I tend to grab them and throw them in one of these so that they can work, and just back and forth and back and forth, just kind of hanging out, not doing a whole heck of a lot. We're going to need to kind of look at probably cleaning up a bunch of the science that we have that we haven't unlocked. And I think that's kind of what I want to do today. I believe all of these are yellow. Yeah, those are all yellow, and those are all yellow. Those are 100 each. Wow, that's going to hurt. Um, that stuff's kind of slow to make, at least with the way that it works. And, well, it's just the way that things go. Let's grab a whole bunch of blue, because I know there's a bunch of blue that we need to do, and that's going to cause a problem. It's going to cause the other stuff to stop working. But let's go into, I believe it's logistics, not logistics. Power. I'm going to go ahead and just unlock a bunch of stuff here. Matter of fact, let's go stand by the box so we can just throw things in the box, and then we can talk about some things. Quests, go ahead, submit. That's going to be for the expandable industrial scale battery bank. It's actually a really neat little multi-block structure that they have put into that particular mod that allows you to configure or build I should say it's modifiable battery. You add more batteries to it as you need more power or storage or whatever. It's kind of neat. And I guess we can go over here and do, wow, 125, submit, go, thank you. That will get us the next level of that, and I'm going to go ahead at 250. We're going to wait on those. We're going to wait on these as well. I did want to kind of step up a little bit on the solar because we've only been sitting on solar number 2 forever, and the only thing that I'm using the solar on is our miners, but this will allow me to make at least a little bit better solar panels for our miners, or at least the miners that are still out wandering around. Probably something we need to look at very soon, or something that I need to look at off camera for sure. Anyhow, moving on with the next thing here. I want to leave that alone. Probably we'll see where this is. Organic, I've got some more stuff coming up there. Let's go ahead and blow that out, because I know we're going to need it eventually, and I know that that's stuff that I'm going to have to play with. Is this yellow? Yellow. It is yellow, yellow, and this is blue, blue. Let's go get a little bit of yellow while we're at it. I should have plenty of room for some of this. Let's go ahead and grab those other shielding right there. Thank you. That'll work for right now. And I guess while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and take a few more of those. All right. Military, we'll just kind of leave that alone for right now. Where is it? Logistics is what I wanted to play with. That's 250 yellow. I actually kind of want to unlock this today, is some of that, or at least get a couple of those going. Let's grab a bunch of yellow. And now that we've pretty much eaten up all the blue that we had, singularity, infinite storage. I was going to play with these as far as maybe trying to get rid of some of the central line here. And then I did a little bit of test world working, and they aren't nearly as good as I thought they were going to be. So it's not something that I could say. What I was going to plan on basically is, because this central line acts like a bus that you can, basically touches all of these storages. If you were to say take a bunch of these infinite singularity storages, which basically it's supposed to hold an infinite amount of things, and it acts like an ender chest. So that means as you put one up, so like you can put one here, and you can put one here, and you can put one here, and you can put one like there, and in front of every one of these storages. Remove all of the storage, pump all of the parts from those storages into those cubes, and then theoretically I could just get rid of this center line completely. So we could completely remove the center section. And then I kind of messed with it and found out that it wasn't working. And I think I know what the problem is, and I think it's back down to that fact that we're still seeing a lot of I'm seeing a lot of issues with how logistics wants to touch certain things, and it wasn't pulling things out, it wasn't putting stuff in, it wasn't working correctly, and for what it's worth, there's not very much documentation on it. So, it is what it is. But let's go ahead and lock it so that we can get the thing underneath it, which is going to be ender chests. Now, ender chests, this is kind of a thing that we can do. I know I've got a little bit of white science, and I know I need to go set up some more white science, but let's go ahead and pop on some ender chests and submit, and give me 2 of those, please. Beautiful. So now we have 2 ender chests. That's a neat little thing, because that means now we can use these to do whatever we want to do with them. Like always, they're the same old things. You get a pair of them. As always, they work the same way as they've always done. And for that matter, I should now be able to actually get rid of something else entirely, which is this ender chest if I want to. Because basically now what I can do is I can link my, you don't really get a lot of storage, and that's kind of the reason why I don't usually use these with the ender pouch, but it is a kind of a nice place to be able to dump things in and out. This means now if I want to, I can set these up on my miner systems, and they'll just deliver the parts back straight to the factory wherever it's at. And that is going to be really, really, really big, because right now all I've been doing is going out, letting a miner group go out and just mine up an entire ore patch, and then bring it back here, dump it on the system, and then let the system just kind of dump everything out of the little miner package thingy. It works fine. It's just that we're starting to get further and further out into the field, and well, this is going to be something that we can use. Granted, yes, I could have used the railguns. The problem with railguns, I believe, is the fact that they need to be powered locally at the miner in order to be able to shoot things back to where we need to go. But anyhow, let's look at a little bit more stuff. I believe I'm going to leave these alone for right now. We're just not going to mess with this until we get some more of the, until we get some more updates. Let's see. Anything else yellow? I think there was some power production processing. Yes, I want to go ahead and do those. Let's see. Coolants. Do we have any blue left? Give me some more of that blue. I'd rather just start using up this stuff, so let's get her done. Coolant. Thank you. Now that will allow us to unlock the air filtering thing, which will allow us to collect some of the stuff that we're currently using right now. So air filtering will allow us to collect oxygen or nitrogen from the air without having to separate it from anything else. And that will be really, really, really handy because, well, some of those chemical plants, I think we can then, well, not the chemical plants, but the electrolyzers or whatever the heck those things down on the end over here, we can shut those off or trade them out for something else. And I don't think I'm going to do any more of that today. Let's put that away. What else can we do? So there was some more yellow. So oil cracking, yes. Go ahead, please. And creating clear plastic from polyethylene and naphtha, sure. Submit. Thank you very much. Awesome. So that means we can do a couple of things down there. We're now waiting on a, well, I guess we can do this. Do I have 250? If we do, get it, go, submit. Probably not. I don't think I have enough. Nope, we don't have enough. All right, nice. I can, I guess for right now, let's put some of this stuff away. Heavy radiation shielding, something we'll play with eventually. Oil cracking, I think we can actually move some of this stuff over into what we've got right now. And advanced plastics, I think, was one that I wanted to use for other things. So in order to do this, we need to take ethylene, which we get from ethane, which we're throwing away right now. So that's just a whole nother process of making plastic out of other things. Okay, so then we take naphtha, polyethylene. We have to use the blue catalyst. This is, I'm still kind of on the fence about how expensive that one is, so I'm not worried about it. Nuclear reactor, we will mess with that when we get the next system up. We need to be able to, I mean, I should probably have it running right now, but again, I desperately need this, where is it? This one? This research right here. which I cannot do until we do this one and a few others, which means, well, I mean, we could do this, but I don't have any reason to do any of those. I think the biggest problem we have right now with this whole mess is that we're waiting on the ability to actually be able to create the research, which we can't create the research because we can't make those things. All right, as I've said a couple of times. All right, let me see here. We do have coolants. How much of a pain in the butt is it to go down that line? Chemical plant with water makes coolant. It's a, what is it, a 80 to 100? That's nice. And then this can go into your casting machines to work a little bit better than water, or as an air filter system to be able to pull out nitrogen. So you're trading water in for a little bit of water in for a little bit of nitrogen and a little bit of oxygen. May or may not need to do that. I don't know. I think we've got a pretty reasonable supply of that stuff right now. So let's put that away. Ender Rift, again, we'll probably play with these when we start talking about doing some more of the replacement of the logistical system that we currently have. And of course, these guys, well, they're just the same thing as always. They're going to go on my miner mining system wherever they are as soon as I can. Which I think probably what'll happen is maybe right there, I'll leave it. And we'll hook it into this system right here. And I know that my miners are right there, so I'll just put that with one of these. I'll have to do that again. We'll have to go ahead and turn some more of that in one more time just so that I can get a few more of those. But yeah, I think that's all we're going to use it for, is just delivery of certain resources back from far out. I know I should have done a couple other different things, but hey, it is what it is. So I guess let's get on to the next little thing that I've noticed, and maybe it's some more noticing of things that, you know, whether it's been said or not, but I've been looking at trying to craft those end essence crystals so that we can move forward with the ability to probably start looking at the, the refined storage stuff. And well, we're getting a problem again because, I mean, I need to be able to make these resilient crystals so that I can make productivity module 4s, and I need, well, so for those, or for that matter, back up. The production in every one of these. The chorus farm, I need to be able to do that in order to be able to make chorus farm, even though we can probably go ahead and unlock that right now. Yes, let's get that one done too. Awesome. Chorus farm, go ahead, submit, thank you. So that one is now done. The problem is we can't make it. And I'll kind of have to go along this while. I've got a little while before we can go. We can't make it. I can't make any of those crystals. Can I push the right button, please? These crystals, for whatever reason, it's either me being broken or this game being the way that it is, or the fact that this is sharing a recipe, which I'm pretty sure it's the problem. Is it sharing a recipe? It is a nitrogen over, well, let me put it like this. If I click on this and I use this plan and I look at this leftover thingy right here, this recipe is the same as this recipe aside from the chorus fruit. Because it uses less nitrogen down here and one of those, the chemical plant, regardless of whether it's going to have this in there all the time or not, this in there all the time or not, because it uses less nitrogen on this recipe, it's going to, well, always do this recipe. I've been playing around with it. That's why I've got a little bit of chorus fruit in my inventory. If we come all the way down here to where we're doing the crystallization of those things. So that's happening in this one right here. Yes, I believe so. All right, so if I, where is a thing? I guess we just don't care. But like this has the crystal in it, and the other side over here has the nitrogen, right? There. So we've got nitrogen, we've got the crystal, so technically I should just be able to do this. And if I come to the back of it and I pull this out, it's still going to just make crystal seeds, which is not what I want it to do. So that's going to be a problem for us going down the line, and I guess a fix will need to be made on that part of it. So we're kind of stuck, once again, not being able to do certain things, which is fine. We'll get over it eventually. But yeah, that's a definite problem that I can't get around right now because of the way that the way that recipe works. So that means I can't build these because that's the only way I know to make those things. That's fine. We'll get there. So that's going to leave us with, well, I don't know what to do today. I was going to do a few things. I was thinking about actually building a, a more slightly larger sugarcane farm. And I think once we get to the point where we're slowly collecting that, it's taking for absolute ever. The Radaway, we're going to need a bunch of that stuff, or at least, let me see, Radaway. What is it? Nuclear science. This stuff right there. I think if I've looked at it, so one of these will make 3. All right, one makes 3, so I only really need how many of those things? I mean, I know there's a few in here, plus I'm going to have to want to do 1,000 just to change it out, but like, that's one, that's one, that's one. This is one, that's one, this one's yellow. I think this one is 2. Yeah, that's some more. Plus, there's some other, there's some other researches. I think it's in power. I don't remember where I saw it. I know I saw it somewhere, but we've got to be able to make a lot of that quicker than we're currently making it. And I think the option is going to necessarily have to be, I need to go ahead and make a little bit more of a sugarcane farm, which is a little silly because I was going to build it down here. But I think once we get the chorus fruit farm, it's going to go back there, which means somewhere we need to find some room to actually make a sugarcane farm that produces a reasonable amount of sugar cane. And I think in order to do it, I'm going to continue copying this idea here. But I think I want about, I don't know, maybe 30 of those things, 30 or 40. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind exactly yet. They work fine, and for what it's worth, we could just automate it like you used to automate those kinds of things using an observer and some pistons, which, I mean, we could do that too. I just don't want 40 or 50 pistons going off at any given time when it's just feeling like doing whatever it needs to do. So I think what we do is we go craft a whole bunch of these things up, craft a couple of more of those, and then see about finding a place to stack a sugarcane wall up somewhere and, well, come up with something so that we can kind of, move forward. So the little block breakers, these little fellas right there, are simple, easy steel drill heads, steel plates, and iron gears. And I believe I have those automated. Maybe I don't. I thought I had those automated. Maybe I don't. All right, well, I guess I'm going to make, oh gosh, that's the pain. There's one of those kinds of things where you go, do you make 40 of these things or do you make it the old way? So we just saw one go pop right there, right? Those things don't stack, which means I'd have to do that 40 times. Or 50 times. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go over here and let me think. Can I make an observer simply? Yes, I think we have all of that stuff. How about we just do this then? I'm going to craft about, I don't know, 20 or 30 or 40 or whatever it is pistons. I don't even need to do that for that matter. I don't have any slime balls, do I? Man, I didn't really want to do that. I am going to sit here and stare at this for a little while and figure out what I want to do, and then I will be back with you guys. That away, we don't need it. Alrighty then. So I think we're gonna build it over here, even where we were. So I moved there was a grinder right here that we were processing the coal ore that we were getting down just underneath this area. I went and moved it down to the end of the line so that we can kind of, continue on working with this. This should be sufficient to do the size that I want. So I think we're gonna do something like that. And I'm gonna back this one over. Hello game, give me my time back. Thank you. This really, like I say, very, very down and dirty, simple little kind of a structure. I guess I'll make it somewhat out of, some kind of a greenish color. I don't think it really matters as far as that goes. We are gonna do a little bit of a, the cheaty cheat here. So one cheaty cheat. I'm not gonna fill the whole thing full of water. It's a waste of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A accumulator can see up to 5 blocks either direction, including the one it's sitting on or underneath. So we're going to have a little bit of a fun time, I think, getting this to work. But what we're going to do is, once I get that done, I'm going to do something like this. And, yep, you can't absolutely not place anything anywhere. And I went ahead and crafted 40 of them. So it's, yep, pain in the butt, sure, but it'll do the work. And then all we need to do is something really simple like so, all the way to the end. And then we do the accumulator, which I'm going to place it. This is where the next stop happens, because we've got to figure out what we want to do here, because I need a place to put the water where these are sitting right now, and I don't know if I want the water sitting on top of them. I don't know. The dirt could theoretically go right there for the next layer, right? I just don't know if I want the water to be very visible. Let's take a look and see. Yeah, so you'll be able to see the water if you do that way. And that will probably cause the problem with the sugarcane. The sugarcane may or may not like to grow that tall. Some certain things can be a little bit picky about how much stuff is above them, and I know for that matter some plants really do not like to grow upwards if there is something above their head. Sugarcane is one of those. So let's clean that up. That was a neat idea. We can give it a try and see what happens. Hopefully, I think we're going to go up one more level there. Say like the dirt goes here then. And then that. I know it's kind of squeezing it into a corner, but it really doesn't need to be that fancy. It just needs to do the work. So let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4. That might not reach unless I put the accumulator right like there, which we can do, I think. And we put the output for you on your back, which I think is that one. Right? Yeah, okay. Now that should be able to collect anything that drops between this section and that section above it. I think. Maybe. We see what happens. Let's go ahead and toss some of these down and it can kind of go to work while we're at it. And we're going to need some kind of light. So we'll put that right there, and I'll put that right there. Yeah, it's kind of what I was afraid of. It's going to be a little long. Let's put one right there, maybe. Is that good enough? So that it should grow all the time? That should work for me. All right, now we just got to repeat that and move upwards with it 3 more times. Let me think. If I got anything else I want in here that I need, because I'm going to have to kind of do the old nerd pull with a bunch of dirt to get this built. Yeah, I think we'll work that way. I think that'll do what we need it to do. We'll do something like this. Again, across the back. And then fill with water. You can not do that. Not that it really matters. And then we cover it. And we put this down. Well, actually, let's put the breakers down first. And do that. Do this, and then again, drop across the top. I think that'll work. I like it. Yeah, I think this will work. I think that'll do what we need to do. Where was the center? Center's right there. So that accumulator that's right down there technically can see through blocks. So if I do this, yeah, see how it picked it up? So it's happy. No, don't do that. That's water. That will make a mess. Give me my block back, please. Thank you. All right. So it should, hopefully, be able to pick up right there. All right, nice. That's what I wanted to see. I already kind of tested as far as how far it could reach, but I wasn't exactly certain it was going to reach the required distance. Let's move up another level. I think I'm just going to go ahead and knock this out real fast, and then we'll see how everything else works. So I'll see you guys when I get done building the rest of these. Alrighty then. So, standing up here on top of this mess, that should work decently well for right now. I'm going to hope that that doesn't do anything. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and do the thing I already did in a couple of places, which is we're going to do that. All right, so that way we're looking down. Everything should be lit. That should work fine there. I just need to make sure that I don't break my legs falling down. This, I don't think I got that light on because the dirt needed to be in the way. Can I have my blocks and my lights back, please? Very good chance that these are going to pick every single one of those up as we go down. No, crap. Love it. Go. Give me parts. Thank you. All right, which one did I miss? I missed this one. Let's put some lights on you so that you guys stay nice and bright and lit and growy kind of thingy, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see how this all works. I probably shouldn't be doing what I'm doing with it as far as the sides over here, but if we lose a little bit, I'm not going to complain. As long as we get enough to continuously produce some sugarcane, I think I'll be happy. So that right there, we're going to put a block right there. We're going to put a block right there, and I'm going to remove you, and you give me my parts. And what does that look like? Ugly as heck. I know. It should do the work. Oh, look at that. I missed those blocks right there. Let me go fix that real quick. Well, we'll mess with it later. All right, let's get it hooked into the system again. I need a pipe box, which is that one, as always. That should at least make a reasonable amount of sugarcane, hopefully. And I need a bunch of that. Now, can I get around back here and maybe hook it into... Oh boy, that other one's up there, isn't it? That's going to be fun. We can... I mean, it's not the greatest idea in the world, but... Go. Nothing in you. All right, that should work. And where's the top of this one? This is Algae 2, I think, right? Algae 2, go. Get that one hooked up. Might be able to hook it into... Yeah, no, we can't hook it into that. It's got to go into this little system over here. I know it looks kind of really janky, but hey, it is what it is. We can put that right there, and we can put that right there, and then I can run this down. That's the water block. I can't do anything right there. Just take it sideways then. All right, and then down. Somewhere. Can I reach that one? No. Ow. No, not that. Give me the green block. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. And then I need one of those, of which I don't have on me. And you can go right there. You can... Really, I really need to learn how to use this mod. Seriously. Go. That'll do the work for now. Hopefully that'll make a little bit more sugarcane. If nothing else, I can continue to make things upwards quite a ways. But yes, it should pick stuff up from like right there, and there is the furthest out it'll go. So anything that falls out here, it should, if one of the other ones miss it, it should just land right out here, and then that'll pick it up. I think my only issue is if it ends up right there in that little gap, which we may end up just changing that out. But I think for right now, I'm going to leave it open face just like that. And if I do end up with a lot of it sitting right here, I'll move the lights up to the top of that so that they shine down, and then we can cover things up in here. I think for that will do right there what I wanted it to do, I hope. I know, janky, another one of those things. And if it doesn't make enough, we can just keep going up taller than, what it is right now. But we need to be able to make a lot more of what we're making than what we're making right now than that stuff is. I do have a little bit that I can throw in the system, and I think I'm going to we'll keep at least another stack of it. But I did find quite a bit of it. I'll go ahead and put that in this squeezer, let that go back to work, and yes, you do these and that. That'll work for now. You can make a bunch of ethanol for us, or I think that's what it is, right? Ethanol? Yeah, awesome. Okay, so that's a little bit more like what I wanted as far as a sugarcane farm. I know it's, again, fairly simple, awfully, basically all we're doing is just waiting for the sugarcane to grow. These will break it off, those will collect it, and then deliver it into the rest of the network. And I think the only thing that's going to be a problem with this, and that will be the problem, is that when we do eventually use or fill up all of the storage, like when we fill up this as much as we can, or the fuel coming out of here, I will probably have to put a tank in somewhere or hook that to a tank so that we can kind of save it, because this is never going to shut off. This is always going to continuously work. Those will continuously grow. And I can't remember to have to look to see, but I think all of these, for that matter, will. I don't think they actually work with redstone, but I guess I'll have to look at it and check. So, anyhow, I think for right now I'm going to call it. We're kind of getting to that point where I hate to say it, probably waiting on an update, but we'll play around with some of the other stuff. I think we might look at the air filters next time, and we may even try to go do a couple of things. I was really looking forward to making those crystals, because those crystals will allow us to go do some other stuff, and not being able to make those crystals has got that little kind of project stuck in the corner until until that gets fixed. Anyhow, for now, I will see you guys all later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.